Hi, Internet. Welcome to the Troyan YouTube channel. It is Thin Lizzy Thursday, and this week we are listening to. I have no idea because the computer is deciding for me. We are pulling up the random number generator. We've only got 177 songs left on the list, boys and girls. Wow. Time sure does fly when you're doing every song in the catalog. What are we getting this week? No idea. Like I said, the computer chooses, and then next week is audience vote. So excited for that, and excited for this. Hopefully, let's hope it's something good. And yeah, let's fire up that number generator, see what we get. All right, and so now, boys and girls, I am waiting on the computer to respond. All right, there we go. There we go, baby. Thank you, computer. And boom, we are doing My Sarah off Black Rose. So technically, there is some debate as to what this song is actually titled, because I've heard from some in the comments that the song is actually called Sarah and not My Sarah. And let's see what Wikipedia has to say, because I think they pressed it on some versions as My Sarah, and on other versions as just Sarah. Da, 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 da. Pull up the Wikipedia. So this is off a Black Rose. Lynott more co-write. 3 minutes and 33 seconds. That is wonderful. Let's see. Sarah's a pop song released in 1979 by Irish rock group Thin Lizzy, included on their album Black Rose, or a rock legend. The song was issued as a single, appeared on several compilations. The song is not connected to another Thin Lizzy song entitled Sarah, written for Lynott's grandmother for the second album. So this is not about Phil's granny. This is about Phil's daughter, Sarah. Let's see. Any commentary on it being called My Sarah? On early U.S. pressings of Black Rose, the song was incorrectly titled My Sarah. It says pictured. Do we have a picture? Is this it? Ah, yes. There we go. Titled My Sarah. That is right. And so the version that I have, my copy of Black Rose, calls it My Sarah. So I have known this song as My Sarah for many years. And I'm going to call it My Sarah for the purposes of this reaction. Oh, YouTube. Thin Lizzy Official calls it My Sarah. So what is the title of the song? Sarah, My Sarah. Ultimately, that's for you to decide, but I think I'm going to go with the nostalgia of me just always knowing the song as My Sarah. That's just what I've known it as my whole life. Um, there are some people who, like Beatles fans, American Beatles fans, to understand this, were just like the UK albums and the American albums are different. And ultimately, in that case, I side with the UK versions versus the American versions because I think they're just better, more consistent listens. But I get that, like, you have nostalgia for what you knew first. I call the song My Sarah. It's off my favorite Thin Lizzy album. It's a great song. And yeah, it's slightly intimidated getting into this one just because it's so good. I'm just hoping my commentary is actually good. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's dive right in. Okay, so sorry, my mind was blown by the Wikipedia article, and so I got a little distracted here. In that, i- is there two different versions of this song? Because they're saying the personnel are Phil Lynott, Gary Moore, on the track, and then Mark Newsef on drums for the A side only, Huey Lewis for the harmonica A side only, and then um, for the B side, Brian Downey drums, Scott Gorham lead guitar. So is there another version of the song that I just didn't know about? Is that it? Thin Lizzy Sarah B side? Or is that just for the B side of the song? Oh, Got to Give It Up is the B side. Okay, never mind. That threw me off. Um, okay, so musically, it's got a very nice, soft beginning to it. The harmonica is really excellent, as brought to us by Huey Lewis. Huey Lewis, underrated musician, generally seems like a cool dude. Um, and the way that the harmonica is produced, it actually reminds me of a song I heard on the radio the other day that I was kind of jamming out to. Karma Chameleon. You know what? Banger. Great song. I don't care what they say. Um, when I first heard of Culture Club, I only knew the Do You Really Want to Hurt Me song. I thought, oh man, why this band make it so big? The song isn't that great. And then I heard Karma Chameleon, and I'm like, oh, this song is amazing. This is just a fantastic pop single. So obviously, Karma Chameleon, which also fun video, came after the song. But I'm saying production-wise, it reminds me of that, and that is a positive for me. So musically, yeah, there's only two members of Thin Lizzy on this track, which is Phil Lynott and Gary Moore, and ultimately, and this is with Gary Moore as a new member of the band, so a lot of people would be like, "Oh, this is more of a Phil solo cut than a Thin Lizzy cut." Man, I mean, Phil is Thin Lizzy. That's my hot take. But yeah, I think it's really pleasant musically. I just love the tone of the guitars, the delivery of the vocal. It's very pleasant. It's very feel good. And the lyrics are warm and tender. A new father delivering these lyrics to his daughter that he is just so into. When you came in my life, you changed my world, my Sarah. Everything seems so right. My baby girl, my Sarah. You are all I want to know. You are all I want to know. You hold my heart, so don't let go. You are all I need to live. My love to you, I'll give my Sarah. It's wonderful. It's very sweet and just a beautiful little song. And it's the thing that I really wonder about how Phil grappled with this is that he had a child that he gave up for adoption like a decade prior. Uh, and so as much as he seemed to like love and dote on his daughters, the son that he gave up for adoption and like never had a relationship with, I wonder like how much that had to like eat at his soul because as he developed the financial means to support a family, it seemed like he was just so into like loving his children and giving that like investment into just like that love and support and tenderness. And so it sort of it just makes me wonder like how he grappled with that. I mean, I have a very wonderful cat named Cloud, and I had a cat named Muffin that passed a couple years back, and I think that maybe give extra affection to Cloud because maybe I felt like I didn't give Muffin enough, and ultimately I know I did. I gave that cat tons and tons and tons of love, but maybe when you feel like you maybe lose out on an opportunity to give love, that you give extra and give more because you have that loss. So maybe you know, Phil gave the extra love to his daughters because he felt like maybe he failed his first child in giving that love. Um, that's I just it's something that I really wonder about psychologically and about what was going through his head. But it's both songs he wrote for his daughters are very sweet, and yeah, I think it's very fantastic. It's a loving dad, and I know it's definitely it wasn't I'm sure it wasn't an easy choice to give up his child for adoption. Like that's just it's got to be like super super hard when you're young and you just know you can't give them a good life because you're dirt poor. But then at the point where like he's a successful rock star. He can afford to take care of a family, and so now he's just so excited for that opportunity. So yeah, that's my rambling there. Let's rewind and get back to the song.
When you begin to smile, you change my style, my Sarah. When I look in your eyes, I see my prize, my Sarah. You are all I want to know. You hold my heart, so don't let go. You are all I need to live. My love to you I'll give. You are all I want to know. Oh, my Sarah, don't let go. Oh, no, my Sarah.
Yeah, so instrumentally, this is actually one of my favorite Lizzy tracks in terms of the sound of the instruments. Just everything just sounds awesome. Just those guitars are just so, it's hard to articulate, but it's just so pleasing to the ears. And just Gary Moore's leads throughout this track are just mwah, chef's kiss, magnifique, just so good. Yeah, just it's just real feel good. Lyrically, when you begin to smile, you change my style, my Sarah. When I look in your eyes, I see my prize, my Sarah. You are all I want to know. You hold my heart, so don't let go. You are all I need to live. My love to you, I'll give. You are all I want to know. Oh, my Sarah, don't let go. Oh no, my Sarah. It's a simple song about loving your kid. It's very sweet.
You are all I want to know. You hold my heart, so don't let go. You are all I need to live. My love to you I'll always give. You are all I want to know. You hold my heart, so don't let go. You are all I want to know. Oh, my Sarah.
Yeah, just man, what a really killer vocal delivery from Phil. Um, and the guitar playing, it's just like this is some of Gary Moore's finest work. The leads throughout, the solo itself is good, and the guitar tone is very pleasing. But I think the problem with that guitar tone is that the guitar tone throughout the rest of the track is so good, it almost can't help but be a letdown in comparison. But it is very excellent also. So it's just like it's just a minor, if you can even call that nitpick. It's just not as good as the other excellent guitar tone. Um, but yeah, just yeah, it's freaking great. And I don't know if I really need to read the lyrics aloud for this one. It's more just Phil just talk about, hey, I love my daughter. Um, there's not really much of a point of a line by line like breakdown of this song, so I'm not going to bother continuing to read the rest of the lyrics because that's kind of just like wasting time. I guess a couple lyrics like "You change my style with your baby smile, childlike charms keep me warm, hold you in my arms, change my world, my baby girl." So I like those lines, plenty of good lines, but there's not a point of a real like line by line analysis. What does he mean there? What does he mean there? It's pretty self explanatory. So yeah, let's just finish out the song.
Yes, you changed my style with your baby smile, Sarah. Childlike charms keep me warm. I hold you in my arms, Sarah. Change my world, my baby girl, Sarah. You're all I want to know. Don't let go, no, no, no.
Yeah, so there we go. So that is My Sarah or Sarah by Thin Lizzy, depending on what you want to call it. Many purists will refuse to call it My Sarah. Many Yankees who are wrong will call it My Sarah. So it's what you gonna do. I'm gonna call it My Sarah. So in terms of this reaction, I have mixed feelings on it because I think this was a song that was very unexpected for me to get in the genre, even though I knew it was in there. So um, I think I was expecting, oh, I'm probably going to get Let Something Rockin' today just because there's so many rockin' songs. And so I was like in the vibe of expecting something rockin', and I got this. And I'm not sure I was in like maybe the right state of mind to give it the best analysis I could. And I think, reading the Wikipedia page threw me off. So I hope my reaction wasn't too bad. Um, but I think the analysis of wondering, how Phil reconcile the emotions of his first child with the second two children. Um, I think that was interesting and thought provoking and the kind of stuff you only get on the Greg Troyan YouTube channel. So hopefully that was appreciated. So yeah, I'm reviewing my reaction because why not? Um, yeah, the song itself, it's a classic. It's off my favorite Thin Lizzy album. I think it's excellent. Um, it's a ballad, so Dreamcatcher will probably like it more. It also sounds very little like the rest of the catalog, so Dreamcatcher might appreciate it. I don't know. If you like Culture Club, this should be your jam. Um, if you don't like Culture Club, this should be your jam. I think it's very sweet to write songs specifically for like your loved ones, to write songs for your children. I think is a very sweet, tender thing to do, and I think pretty awesome. And I like when artists do that. I think it's very cool. So now comes the part where we rank it. And I was already looking at the ranking earlier, so I actually know where I'm going to rank it because I was looking at it as the song was fading out. And I am going to put it in the triple S category right there. I think it is a fantastic song. I think one of the band's finest, said the guy who really likes Black Rose. So yeah, that is my ranking. It'll be pinned to the comments. Looking forward to the vigorous discussion as to the how high I ranked it, and also the title of the song, what you think it is or isn't. Do you go by the American presence and what the streaming services are calling it now? Do you go by what it was supposed to be called back then? But do you think it's confusing having two songs in the catalog with the same title? Which I think is ultimately it's good to change it, have a different title for it, not just have two songs with the same title in the catalog. That's just me. Um, but yeah, um, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and remember, vote in the poll for what next week's song is. And yep, see you guys for next Thin Lizzy Thursday. Bye everyone.